at Mr. Vizzini's residence at 103 North Tanner Street, Ebensburg, PA. The camera operator is Paul Mergis. Other people present are Glendora Vizzini, wife of the veteran. Mr. Vizzini was in the Army. He was a PFC and served in France.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I want you to pause it.
Oh, pause.
Pause it and I'll do that part
Oh,
again.
here, I'll just shut it off. It's recording.
Okay, today's date is March 20th, 2004. The interviewer's name is Erica Reighard with the Cambria County Area Community College. The camera operator is Paul Mergis. The interview is being held at 103 North Tanner Street, the veteran's residence in Ebensburg, PA. The veteran, Mr. Charles Vizzini, was born March 8th, 1924. He was an Army PFC and served in France. Okay, Mr. Vizzini, were you drafted or did you enlist into the Army?
I was drafted.
And where were you living at the time when you were drafted into the Army?
In Culver, Pennsylvania.
Culver, Pennsylvania. What made you pick the Army as your service branch?
Well, I wanted to be on solid land.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what do you remember about your first days in the service?
Well, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. They were nice. I mean, I had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember anything about boot camp or any training that you had when you joined?
No, we had regular military training. We didn't have the boot camp.
Okay, do you remember where your training was at?
Camp Butler, North Carolina.
And do you remember anything about your instructors during training?
No.
Okay, what about the war? Which war did you serve in?
World War II.
And where were you at during World War II?
In France.
Do you remember when you arrived in France and what it was like when you first got there?
I arrived, I forget, but it was like the 4th of July whenever I got there.
On the 4th of July?
It reminded me of the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. And what was your job assignment when you were in the Army?
Oh, I was just in the infantry and so on.
In the infantry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you see any combat during your time?
Yes, I did.
Okay, were there many casualties in your unit?
Yes, there was.
What would you say were some of your most memorable experiences? Or what do you remember about combat?
Well, I was shot in the arm. A piece of shrapnel in my chest.
Were you shot in France?
Yes,
And I read that you had some books with you that saved your life whenever you were shot. Do you want to tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, I had prayer books I kept in my, well, I always carried in my knapsack, and I read where in Raleigh, North Carolina, museum where the prayer book saved the life of the American soldier in World War I, so I took them out of there. Mm-hmm. So I put them in my breast pockets there, and sure enough, they saved my life.
And they saved your life too,
The bullets went through the prayer books.
And do you still have those books today?
Yes, they are. They're there in the collection there.
Huh?
Oh, there it is.
The New Testament. There's the New Testament with the bullet hole right through. And here's the Sunday Missal. And it just tore a corner of the Sunday Missal. The bullet went through there.
Went
See?
right through it?
They both saved my life.
Okay, what other memorable experiences did you have while you were in France?
I remember getting letters. I got 66 letters all at one time, and I buried them. And they're still buried over there.
They're still buried in France. Who wrote the letters to you?
Everybody at home.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and my sisters.
Do you remember what they would write about when they wrote?
Oh, they write about things about home. About, yeah, things going on.
Okay, were you awarded any medallions or citations or any medals?
The Purple Heart, there's there. Purple Heart, the Bronze Star, and the Bronze Star there. I think the Purple Heart is one of the most beautiful medals that's awarded. General George Washington first awarded the Purple Heart, and his imprint is on the Purple Heart medal. That's a pretty medal.
And how did you get the Purple Heart?
For being wounded.
For being wounded?
In fact, I got 2 Purple Hearts for being wounded twice.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the Bronze Star.
What's a Bronze Star?
Meritorious achievement.
Mm-hmm. And did you stay in touch with your family? Did you write letters back home too?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I wrote a circular letter one time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you start in the middle and all. And gee, the censor called me down to the field where I wrote it from. And he chewed me out. He says, Vizzini, he says, don't do this again. You drove me crazy reading it. And don't do it, see. And then they censor the letters. They cut out things, if we tell something is going on.
Oh, they would censor
We're not supposed to. They get a little razor and cut out the little pieces that you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Okay, let's talk about life in the Army then. What was the food like?
Oh, good. I ate the food. We had smelly eggs. Powdered eggs.
Mm-hmm.
But I ate them. I ate them and all.
Did you have plenty of supplies when you were in France?
Yes, we did. We had plenty. Yeah.
Was there anything special that you did for good luck?
No, nothing special.
And what did people do to entertain themselves while they were in the Army?
Well, we had different USO shows come.
Do you remember any of the entertainers who came?
Gypsy Rosalie.
Mm-hmm.
Gypsy Rosalie and Johnny Garfield came over and shook my hand. He says, "Good luck, soldier."
Wow.
He was an actor.
Mm-hmm. And what did you do when you were on leave?
Well, we go into town and we try to go at a place there, the USO, where they give them something to have a place for us and to entertain. So we go in there.
Did you get to travel at all when you were on leave? Did you get to
No.
travel at Europe at any?
No.
Do you remember any particularly humorous or unusual events?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, were there any pranks that you would play on each other?
No.
Did you ever have any pranks played on you?
No.
Okay, did you have any photographs from when you were in the Army?
I think there's some there. It should be, I think. Is there any there? I believe.
Okay, could you tell us who this is in the photograph and tell us a little bit about the photo?
That was taken in England, and I took this to show them that I had my arm. I shot through the arm there, and I sent that home because I knew they would be worried. So, and that's me wearing my Purple Heart ribbon.
Did you go to England after you were wounded?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to England, and then I went back to the States here.
And then you came back to the States?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what did you think of your fellow soldiers and officers?
No, they were pretty nice there. We had a couple of tough officers, though. The GIs were all real nice.
Do you remember any of their names?
I don't know. Maybe Ray Koster, Koster, from Moline, Illinois.
Okay, do you remember the day when your service ended in England?
Yeah. Well, July 31st, 1945.
You remember the exact date?
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell us a little bit about what happened that day?
No. Nothing special.
Nothing special? What did you do then when you got back into the States?
Went to school.
You went to school? Where did you go to school at?
Mangarella Business College. I was the first GI to graduate from Mangarella Business College.
And was your education supported by the GI Bill then?
Yes, it was.
Yeah? What did you get your education in? Do you remember what you studied at Cambria Rao?
Accounting.
Accounting?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, did you continue any of your friendships that you made during the service? Is there anyone that you still kept in touch with?
Oh, there was one in Wisconsin, Charles Vincent. But then I lost track of him. I'd always send my Christmas card, and we lost track of each other.
How long were you in contact with each other?
Oh, for many years.
Did you join any veterans organizations when you were back home?
Yeah, the VFW and the American Legion. I helped organize the VFW
You helped organize the VFW.
in Ebensburg here.
Really? What was that like?
Oh, it was good. We went out and got members that served overseas.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what did you do then as a career after the war?
He worked for the state.
Oh yeah, I went working for the state, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, did your military experience influence your thinking about the war or about the military in general? Did you think any differently about it afterwards, after you were in the Army?
No.
No? Okay, what kind of activities did the VFW have?
Oh, well, they promoted Americanism and they had all different things there to help the veterans.
And do you ever have any reunions?
No
No reunions?
No.
How would you say that your service and experiences affected your life?
Well, it helped at that, so.
It helped it?
Yes.
How would you say it helped you?
Well, gee, I don't know.
The flag means what to you?
The flag?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He gets angry when anybody does anything to it that isn't right.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you could think of? How it affected you? Okay, is there anything else you want to add that we haven't gone over in the interview that you would want to tell everyone about?
No, I don't know of anything else.
Okay.
I think we
He
covered-
did all the program for the veterans.
Huh?
What about the programs you did in the high schools? Did you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, I went and spoke to him. I spoke to him about World War II
Okay, what would you tell the students about World War II?
and how everybody would, how they would get wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of your friends in the service being wounded?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Did you tell them about how you were wounded
Mm-hmm.
when you went to the schools?
Yes, I would. They would listen. They would listen real good.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that you still do?
No.
Do you still tell your story to anyone?
No.
No? Okay, is there anything else that either of you want to add to the interview?
He did all the veterans, you know, he would go on and make programs there.
Mm-hmm.
And
For the
they-
veterans.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was always busy doing something.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you wanted to show us?
That's about it.
That's about it?
I think you saw everything.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for letting me come in today to talk with you.
Well, you're welcome.
I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Okay?
Thank you, yeah.
Done. Okay, it's recording.
Do you want to tell us
Okay.
a little bit about what you saw when you were in France?
Whenever I was in France, I saw the trenches there that they had in World War One.
What did
They're
those
still
trenches?
there.
What did they look like?
Just long holes. Yeah, they were long holes there.
And how did everyone know they were from World War One?
Well,
Did
you
someone
could tell.
say that? You could
could
tell?
tell. You could tell they were so old looking. Yeah. Yeah.
And what was that like?
Well, it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Did you get to see anything else while you were there? Do you remember seeing in France?
How about the churches you went to?
What church did you go to?
Oh yeah, I forget.
You said they didn't have a Catholic church and you went in the other churches and you went all the boy and you sang.
I went to church there. It says Catholic Church, and they told me, they said you should have said Roman Catholic Church. But I went in there and things didn't look right. Yeah. Yeah.
What wasn't right about the church?
Well, I don't know. The altar and all wasn't right. And what did you sing? I sang where?
Over in France, they didn't have an altar boy, and you were an altar boy, and they didn't have anybody. They said, "Come here," and you went.
And you went? Oh.
Yeah, I was an altar boy over there.
Is there anything else that you remember from when you were over there? That you remember seeing?
What else did I see?
Only when you was wounded is all I know.
No, I guess that's about it.
That's about it?
Oh, gee, I used to know a lot of.
Vizzini, there was a couple in there.
Sergeant Strank from.
He was from Franklin, yeah.
Yeah. Helped raise the flag on Iwo Jima. Is that where you're from?
Yeah. You ever hear the Anslow?
Yeah. We have a lot of Democratic meetings there. Slow Club.
Yeah, I used to run that. And then we closed up.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, like the Slovaks, like the ethnic groups, all the second, third generation movement out.